Going live. We are live. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna turn this music off. Now we're live because we don't wanna get the algorithm struck down. Let me bring my partner in here. Hoorah!
Hey,
And
hey.
now we are live. It's baseball season, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the International Sports Network. And I swear we are gonna have a normal show again one of these days. But, life just happens at the end of the day, but here we are. We are still going to deliver for you some at least what I believe to be some pitch perfect international baseball analysis. Some quality. Not gonna say perfect because nobody's perfect. It's also baseball, and no one can predict baseball. No one can
True.
analyze baseball completely and accurately and effectively. But we're gonna give it a try anyway. How you doing, buddy? Are you ready for opening day?
Doing good. Really excited for this.
Second year successfully where you've been covering international baseball for your opening day. What give us some some thoughts on last season, how you feel like it went for you, what you
Well,
observed, what you learned, what do you want to do differently?
yeah, I didn't get to watch as much as I would have liked last season. The time change is a bitch.
Yeah,
Um,
putting it mildly.
but it's a lot of really exciting stuff. A lot of if you're new playoff structures, completely unique playoff structures. There's a lot of fun and a lot of love in Asian baseball.
And we need it. That's what we
Absolutely.
need. We've and I'll go on record again to say it here, and I know you agree with me on this, especially with the labor dispute coming in MLB in 2027. Those are all elements that we have lost
Yeah.
in baseball in America. And so this is why we cover. That's why we do what we do.
Last time there was a lockout in the NHL, we saw a lot of players going over to European leagues. I wonder if we could see something similar in baseball.
We were thinking that in 2021. I think a lot of people remember Bryce Harper's infamous late night Instagram story that he posted of himself in a Yomiuri Giants jersey, tagging them and saying, "You up?" during the last labor dispute. I think it was 21. It might have been
I
22.
think that was one of those, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think it's a strong possibility considering how many endemic problems that there are in the league at this point. But at the end of the day, we are here to talk about baseball we like, not baseball that
Yes.
makes us depressed. So here we go. We're gonna start in NPB if that's all right with you, man, before we
Yeah.
get KBO and CBPL.
Let's kick it.
The defending champions of the SoftBank Hawks
Yes.
for the umpteen gazillionth time in umpteen gazillion years. But they beat the most dominant team in between both leagues last season, I thought, in the Hanshin Tigers,
Yes.
who just had an uncharacteristic off few days.
Sometimes you
Losing
just run out of
4-1.
gas at the worst time.
Yeah, and it was depressing to watch, to be terribly honest with you. But in terms of the offseason, Kazuma Okamoto going from Yomiuri to Toronto. And he was one of the best all-around hitters in the Central League, no bones about it. And that does kind of change the power balance a little bit, but in a way that I don't think, at least according to us, that you're going to expect. Similar thing with Tatsuya Imai, ace of the Cebu Lions, coming over to play for the Houston Astros. He removes what I viewed to be the best pitcher in Japan last season. I mean, he pitched.
Yeah, that's a big hole to fill.
Yeah, lots of strikeouts, very impressive earned run average. But the strong teams have lost very little, all things considered. The mid teams have added some, and only some of the weaker teams have made additions. So here we go. Let's get into our predictions. Am I to understand you have opening day starters as well?
I do.
All right. We'll hear those. How do you want to do this? Do you want me to give my picks and then we'll go to you, or do you want to switch off a little bit?
Let's do league by league.
League by league. Okay. All right. So I'll go 1 through 5 in Central League first, and then you go with yours and you'll share your pictures because I'm curious. I haven't seen these yet as we've prepped for this show. So starting with the Hanshin Tigers in the top spot, and I do think they're going to make it out of the playoffs without too much trouble. They have lost absolutely no one. No one had down years last season. At the end of the day, they were, as we said in the open, a great team that had a very bad Japan series. Koji Chikamoto, Takamu Nakano, Shota Morishita, Teraki Sato, and Yusuke Oyama. That top five is absolutely insane and probably the best in Japan. Morishita was good last season. He will be even better, honestly. I've enjoyed kind of what he's done training wise in the offseason, increasing the power, kind of straightening out that swing path, which I think is going to make all the difference in the world. They're big believers in the downswing in Japan, as you may or may not know, and I think that he's got so much power when you add that. I mean, every time it off the bat is going to be just a crazy line drive. I think with Morishita in the 3 hole, and he's so young. So ultimately, with no losses and a chip on their shoulder, and ultimately what will be a posting year for Sato, because everyone's expecting, especially after the WBC that he had, this is probably going to be his last year in Japan for a little while. So he is probably going to go off. He comfortably led the league in home runs last season. He'll probably be able to do it again. Just going to be seeing if he matures even further as a hitter. So I've got the Tigers up front.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So who is what's your rationale? And I want to know who your pick for opening day starter is.
I mean, so opening day starter for the Tigers is going to be Shoki Murakami.
Yep.
And I mean, like you said, they lost no one. They were far and away the strongest team all year. I mean, the day one, the best team in Japan, clearly, and it's the same team.
Yeah, exact same team. They're running it back. Murakami probably, if he's incredibly flown a little bit under the radar, really, because I mean I think Central League isn't as much of a pitcher dominated league as it is in PA League, but he's just so good, and obviously he's back from Warren. We didn't even mention how good their bullpen is with Saiki and Uasa, but yeah, I think that's a good choice. We'll go into second place here. This is where I think we're going to differ. I could be wrong about this, but I've gone with the Yomiuri Giants in second.
We do not differ.
Okay.
I have also gone with Yomiuri.
Yeah.
Consequently, facing the Hanshin Tigers opening day, Kazuyuki Takemaru, the rookie, will be the starting pitcher for the Giants.
Okay. All right. I like this choice.
We've got 2 opening day rookies.
Okay. All right. So the Giants have kind of always coasted on high-end talent, in my view. And they still have one of the best hitters in Japan, in Yuta Izaguchi, who was terrific last year. I really like Naoki Yoshikawa at second base as well. They have a sneaky good kind of gaijin outfield with Brinson and Cabbage. I think Brinson is still in center field, but I could be wrong about that. And then obviously Taki Akai figured out how to hit last year, and he is absolutely awesome behind the plate. But and I'm surprised that you picked Takemaru. I mean, not that he's a bad pitcher, far from it. He's great.
So these are announced opening.
Are they actually?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Call me with my trousers down at this point.
Good. Not something you generally think to look for.
No,
I just happened across it and figured that's a good thing to put in this broadcast.
Yeah, I thought for sure it'd be Yori Yamasaki, but there it is. There it is. Yeah, so Takemaru, you starter on opening day, and absolutely he's going to need the help of the bullpen to get him across the finish line, because Taisei's still there with Taisei Ota. Rydell Martinez led the league in saves last year, and they've added Takahiro Norimoto from the Rockets and Eagles. So it's probably still the best bullpen in Japan. Anything to add on the Giants?
No, I mean, just they're good. They've been good. They'll continue to be good.
All right, let's let it ride then. We'll see where when we get to the midpoint of this standings table here. I've got the Hiroshima Carp in third.
Okay.
And I'm backing their young core here. I love Shogo Sakakura, and Kaito Kozuno was the best hitter in Japan last season, with yet more to give. I mean, both of them I think are under 25 still. And talking of young, if Ren Hirakawa delivers in the majors this year, I mean, he just raked through the Eastern League last season. He's going to be absolutely terrific for the Carp this year, and I do think it's going to get them over the hump. But I sense that you feel differently. What is your choice?
I have them in fourth.
You have them in fourth. So who do you have in third?
Third, I've got DNA.
Okay, all right. So share with us first off, though. Our opening day starter for Hiroshima is who?
Opening day starter for the Carp is Hiroki Tokata.
Okay, yeah, best pitcher in their rotation last year, under 3 ERA last year. Yeah, I like.
And for the base stars, it will be Katsuki Azuma.
And yeah, and Azuma is their best arm. All right. So what was your rationale putting Yokohama ahead though?
So I mean, no strong rationale really. I just think this base star squad is going to be slightly better than the Carp. I think I think it's going to be probably top 3 games ahead at the end of the season.
Yeah, I think you and I are feeling similarly there. It could very well be a coin flip. I'm with you. I think the Bay Stars still have the second best pitching staff in Central League, but their offense is too reliant on the long ball.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're real good at hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and it is a bandbox at Yokohama Stadium. But
on this channel, we know all about being too focused on the long ball.
Yes, we do indeed, unfortunately. But in any case, Shugo Maki he's a big power hitter, of course, but he struggles average-wise. Keita Sano is really the only reliable contact hitter that they've got. But Satsugo as a power hitter, you have Maki as a power hitter, and then their Gaijin hitters are all power guys. So I don't know. I think there's a reason why they stumbled last year. They did do well keeping the Tigers down. I don't know. And towards the bottom here, I think I know which direction you went. We'll see if you agree. I got the Dragons and Swallows.
I've got Swallows Dragons.
Oh, okay. You put the Swallows first. Why?
I think again slightly better than Shinichi.
Well, Yuki Okabayashi, top 5 in Central League in both hits and batting average last season, but this team just still doesn't want to win. They have good individual talents that they just don't want to build around. And the same with the Swallows. I mean, they lost Munetaka Murakami, who had a down year last year and still went over to the majors. I think if he'd have hit over 30, he probably wouldn't have gone to the Chicago White Sox. But there it is. All right, and our opening day starters for those two teams are
opening day for the Swallows. We've got Kojiro Yoshimura. They'll be facing DNA, and then for the Dragons, facing off the Carp, we've got Yuya Yanagi.
Yanagi, Yanagi's their ace, still there, still kicking. I think he had kind of a down year last year, but when you had no defense behind you, any pitcher would.
Yeah.
All right, let's shift to the Pacific League here.
Yeah, I got this one. I think is going to be interesting.
Okay, turning to the champions first. Is it fair to say the Hawks are doing a Dodgers at this point? Sorry, no postings. That's like it's that simple. And how much dividends it's paid, it's phenomenal.
We'll see. I mean, I'm probably wrong on this, but I've got a bit of a hot take there.
Okay, all right. I mean, but I've got them in first. Every time you think that they've got a team that's slowing down, Taisei Makihara decides to be the best hitter in the league. He decides.
You're not wrong there.
Tatsuro Yanagamachi broke out last year. Taka Yamakawa, the NRAPIST word that we shouldn't say, still dropping bombs. Praise the algorithm.
Yeah,
but they also did a voodoo. They did a voodoo and made Livan Moinello into a starter, which is literally the only thing that they could do to make him more unhittable. They gave him endurance. And they have Ozeki and his under 2 ERA. It's just downright unfair. This is still the best team in the league, debatably still in Japan. And Kensuke Kano was injured half the year, and they still won the Japan series.
Sure.
Come on. All right, I've got him in first. Do you also?
I do not. I think it's going to be a very tight in the top three in the Pacific, and I'm going all in on the continued meteoric rise of these Oryx Buffaloes.
Ooh. Now that's a curveball.
They came out of nowhere last season.
Yep.
I mean, took Japan by storm, to the Pacific at least. I think they pull off a surprise and then take the league this year. But again, I think it is very close, 1 through 3 in the Pacific.
Taking the league. Oh boy. Dude, that's a big one. That's a really hot take. But I like it. I like this. I like this choice. There are things on this Buffaloes team that I like. They have a core of real good, proven hitters. Sugimoto, Mune, Hongu. They all hit when it mattered last year. That was the reason why they made the playoffs. And they have two good, proven top end starters in Aaron Curry and Hiroi Miyagi. And both of them, I think you could argue, had down years for their part and still pitched exceptionally well. And they're bringing in a strong gaijin arm in Sean Jelly. But I don't know, man. It felt like it came out of nowhere because I have a feeling I know who's in your third spot. I've got them in second. But before we go there, I'm guessing Miyagi will be starting opening day for the Buffaloes.
For the Buffaloes, it will be Miyagi.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he has really shown himself to have ace quality. Made me eat my words real quick last season. I think I was on our preview show last season slagging him off. That's the last time I'm ever going to do that. Let me tell you. And for the Hawks, did I hear an opening day starter?
Hawks will be where I just said it was just on it. Hawks will be Uwasawa.
Not Kurosawa. Okay. Yeah.
No,
What a stable. Yeah. They have Uwasawa, they have Ozeki, they have Moinello, they have Kohei Arihara. Just wow. Stacked team. I mean, I would love for you to be right. That would be insane if they beat the Hawks in the league, but I don't know. We'll turn to the Fighters now. I'm guessing you have them in third.
I have them in second.
You have them in second, and then the Hawks in third?
I do. Again, very tight at the top.
Man, it's getting hot in here. Okay. For my money, I'll tell you what I like about this Fighters team. They are the most exciting team in Japan, bar none. They have lots of fun playing ball. Their stadium is beautiful. They all respect their manager. Their manager adores his players, and the fans are just loving every second of it. It's a contagious, big old love fest up there, and it's no wonder why they almost beat the Hawks last season. It's a culture thing. They're calling it in the Japanese press the Shinjo effect, and we are big fans of Big Boss on this show.
Absolutely, we are.
Boss is the man. I would kiss his cleats if I could. He's just the best. Anyway, but in terms of the personnel, Franmil Reyes has his contract extended. He didn't do much except hit 30 home runs in the Pacific League because, of course, he got his contract extended. The new best pitcher in Japan after Imai left, Hiromi Ito, will be playing in his posting year because he's definitely going over to MLB next season.
And he will be starting tonight.
Yeah, good.
Or tomorrow night.
Good. But when Ito goes, Koki Kitayama is also pitching to an under 2 ERA. Who's to say, though? But if they find a way to win the Japan series this year, which I hope they do, that might persuade Ito to stay. I mean, Lord knows something has to shift the balance back. I hate to see the best players in the world all going to one place.
Yeah.
But in any case, and of course, you still got the gang. You got Chusei Monami, Kota Kiyomiya, Yuya Gunji, and Go Matsumoto ready for another go-round. These guys they love playing baseball together. And that is the most dangerous X factor that you can bring onto a diamond at the end of the day. But in any
All right.
case, you got them. You said you have them in second.
Second, I've got
Hawks in third.
Oryx, Nippon Ham, and SoftBank.
Okay. All right. Into fourth we go.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is probably going to be your fourth. I've got to mention the team I've gotten third. No,
Oh.
no Imai for the Cebu Lions is huge. And I know I picked them to finish third last year, and they laid a massive egg in the last snap. That's on me. That's my fan bias showing. But their pitching staff, even without Imai, is still strong. This is just now Chihiro Sumida's staff to lead now. He also was under 3 last year, top 5 in strikeouts. And he's just going to be in the lead now. He was just as elite, just less showy than Imai was last season. Had a little bit of problem giving up the long ball, but that can be fixed. Kona Takahashi, he got posted, but he's now back for more. His excellent ground ballness will be a good number 2 starter. And then you have a Submariner in Taita Yoza as well, coming back for more. And then a fully healthy Kaimataira closing games again. That's going to make a big difference. Hitting wise is where it gets a little bit murky. Because you have Maya Nishikawa, who was a standout last season out and right. He'll still be leading things off. You have Tyler Nevin, a big, good Gaijin bat, hit 20 bombs and over 250. So obviously he's going to get his contract extended. And the big story in the offseason was adding a real big bat to lock down center field in the offseason. And Masa Kuwahara from DNA is that big get exactly for that purpose. He's got the talent, but he's also got the veteran presence, I think, that is going to make a big difference on this young, hungry team. And I'm feeling this is the year that they finally make it back to the playoffs. And they added probably one of the best hitters in the CBPL as well in Linan Ko coming over to play for Cebu. So I think I've got him in third, and I'm guessing that Sumida is your opening day starter for Cebu.
No, actually, it is Yutaro Watanabe.
Okay, yeah. Watanabe is good. That's okay. Sumida probably starting game 2, if I had to guess. Watanabe, yeah, he was another guy on like ERA around 3.2, I think 3.3 last year. Yeah, he was just terrific. But yeah, there you go. I mean, where have you got the Lions placed?
I've got them in fourth.
Okay. Anything to add on Cebu?
Nothing from me really.
Okay. All right, I got the Buffaloes in fourth, and we already talked about them. But I have great news for you. You ready for this?
Shoot.
The Marines are out of the basement. Yay! Thank you, Atsuki Tanaichi, who really blossomed as their ace last year. He was terrific. And all credit to Michio Nishikawa as well for being their best hitter. He's real young, real fast. And I think he's got a nice kind of high ceiling presence out there in left field. Young, talented, growing domestic talents, and 3 very old gaijin to carry the load. I think I've got them in fifth. And the Eagles, what is this team? What are they doing?
Of all the baseball teams, they sure are one of them.
Exactly. Luke Voigt and Hideto Asamura are pretty much the only real talent that they're bringing to the field. Good, real proven talent. I mean, I could be wrong in 5 years. They could be back. They could be doing a Pirates 5 years ago, but
maybe
I don't know. I don't back them one bit. They're in sixth. I don't even know who on earth is in their pitching staff anymore because they've let so many people go. But who's their opening day starter?
Kosei Shoji opening for them.
Okay.
And then for Marines, it'll be Kaito Mori, also a rookie.
Mori, okay, interesting. I wonder if he'll be an opener. I wonder when. Yeah, make sure you watch when Tanaichi starts. Is what I'll tell to the folks at home because he's very fun to watch. And as we know from Roki Sasaki, it is an ace factory in Chiba.
Absolutely.
But in any case, predictions for the Japan series. I've got it the Hawks and Tigers again, making it out of the playoff gauntlet because we'll have, for those that may not know, it's 3 versus 2. And the winner of that faces 1 in the league championship series before the Japan series is played. Hawks and Tigers make it out of both, and I think the Tigers win this time.
I'm going Tigers Fighters. Tigers take it.
Okay. I've got some Sawamura and MVP predictions as well. Got Koki Kitayama winning Sawamura in the Pacific League and then Yori Yamasaki in Central League, and your two MVPs, Taisei Makihara and Toraki Sato.
Hell yeah.
Nice. All right. Marching on into the KBO. Honestly, we'll begin with my pitch for the LG Twins just to play in Target Field in Minnesota in the American League Central. That's where they belong.
Yeah, really.
Just get the Minnesota Twins out of the major leagues. They clearly don't care. Send them out to Korea. Anyway, they just walked over everyone and everything last season. LG did. They put all sorts of money into this team and did everything right. As far as your favorite team, the Hanwha Eagles fell into final hurdle.
Yep.
And it was frustrating, to say the least.
A lot of moves this offseason for them, though.
To be sure. And we'll come to them here shortly. I want to give fair play to the NC Dinos for coming out of that absolutely crazy scrum at the playoff cutoff to make the playoffs, but it definitely could have gone either way. And lots of interesting imports this year too. Had some talented Japanese pitchers, teams that needed them, but some Aussie stars as well to pay attention to. We had Jared Dale, who was the star shortstop on Team Oz in the WBC. He's coming over to play for the Kia Tigers after a mediocre year with the Oryx Buffaloes. And Lachlan Wells, who's the brother of Alex Wells, returns to the Twins for another year. I think he only played 4 games last season, but it didn't matter because the Twins' rotation was stacked. League average last season around 262 and ERA about 432. So if you have enough players over and under those marks respectively, you're going to have a good year. So first question here, do we both have the Twins finishing first?
We do not.
You really went through with it, didn't you?
I did.
All right,
I did.
I just think before we reveal your first place team, you got to put the smart money on the team that does the little stuff well and a little bit of everything well. A little bit of everything.
Sure.
And that's how they're in the title. You know, it seemed like every game that they played, LG, they had the chance to go the other way, but found a way to stay in the game and win it. 4 of their players in the top 15 in batting average last season, all back for more. Kim Hyun-soo, Moon Sung-ju, Shin Min Jae, excuse me. I realized I got his name wrong there. And Austin Dean. And on the mound, Im Chung-kyu's back for more, and he's showing absolutely no signs of slowing down. I'm going to be safe with this one. You have chosen to not. And you're the Hanwha Eagles, I imagine.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Well, I mean, they added Kang Bak Ho in the offseason.
Yeah.
That's a big bat for him.
Sure.
29 home runs his rookie season. He's had some injuries lately, but looks to be making a resurgence, and I think this could be the year. That adds a lot of power to an already really strong lineup, and they've got a hitter's park. Also losing Cody Ponce and Ryan Weiss to the MLB in the offseason, but picking up a couple of foreigners, Owen White of the USA and Wilkel Hernandez of Venezuela, to fill those gaps. That's they're big shoes to fill. I think they combined for like 33 wins last season, Ponce and Weiss.
They did.
So it's a lot of shoes to fill, but there's so much power in that lineup. Also picking up Oh Jae-won, the high school star with Shin Jae-in of the NC Dinos.
Right. I forgot about him.
So that duo should be making some fireworks this year.
Yeah, those are some well taken points. Obviously, bringing in Kang Bak Ho was the big get. I mean, the disgraced national team star, we'll call him. That story. You should watch Baseball Doesn't Exist. It's a video on him. But yeah, I mean, I think he's playing real angry with a chip on his shoulder, and that could go one of 2 ways: either really poorly or really, really well. And they have Rossi Wan as well, who is going absolutely nowhere for them, and he rocked last season. I think he hit 35 home runs.
Yeah.
I do still have them making the playoffs. The Eagles. I've got them down in 5th just because Ponce and Weiss were just too too big of a loss, I think, for me to really count them higher than that. But fair play. Fair play. Where did you put the Twins, if you don't mind me asking? Second. Okay, good. So the team I've got in second place was, in my view, the second best team in Korea last season, full stop. And that's the Samsung Lions. They had Lewin Diaz, who hit 50 home runs. Kim Young-woo hit 22. They were the best hitting team overall. Kim Sung-yoon and Ko Ja-wook both hit over 300 last year. And then on the mound, you have Won Tae-in and Ariel Hirado, who were no slouches whatsoever. They might be able to challenge the Twins this year. But they'll just have to be ready for the gauntlet. Of course, if they finish in second, they're going to be in a good position to do that. But it's the other teams around them in that I mentioned that scrum, that 2-6 scrum from last season. The teams around them have gotten better. Some of them have anyway, and it's going to be more challenging than ever to finish high enough in that hunt. But I've got the Lions in second. Where did you have them?
I have got them in fifth.
Ooh. Okay. Well, let's roll on through the rest of this top five here, because I think so. You've said we've got LG in second, and
LG in second,
first.
Yeah,
in
SSG third.
SSG third.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Tell us why.
Vibes. I just genuinely vibes.
Yeah, I mean, don't discount that whatsoever. I've got them up in seventh, just behind the Dinos, the exact same reason. But in any case, I've got the Wiz in third. They missed the playoffs in sixth by a hair last season. I believe it was only one game. But now, thanks to the WBC, and they've got two big national team heroes on their squad in Yeomin An and Young Ko, who both had great seasons last year. These could very easily be posting seasons for them this year. They're going to be mega, and I do think that they have enough around them on the team to carry them into the playoffs in third place.
I have NC fourth.
Interesting. This is they're odd for me. It's such a hitters league that we're at the mercy of the up down. I think in terms of hitting a baseball, but they could make some noise. I like their pitching staff though. I don't like their hitters as much, just because it's been a while since they've had a really good, strong, consistent hitting team. But
I'm expecting Jae-in to have a fairly decent impact.
Yeah, and he had a down year last year. Fair play. Okay, you are really countering a lot of these good points that I've got, and I appreciate that. It's a good balance. It's a good, strong, well-rounded study session that you're getting right now watching this. Yeah, I got the Kia Tigers in fourth.
Okay.
And it'll be a similar situation, I think, to the Wiz, because we all remember how good Kim Do-young was in the WBC, and you have Dale joining him in the infield. So these guys are both 5-tool players in my opinion. Kim Dong-yo, a lot of people are expecting this to be his posting year as well. I think it's going to be a lot of imports from Korea next season.
I think so for sure.
They rock, man. They rock, and this Tiger staff, they kind of had a fluky bad year on the mound. So I've got them in fourth.
Okay.
Where did you put them?
I have them in sixth, right behind Samsung.
Okay. And that, I think, rounds the top 10 out. We'll see if the bottom of the table here we're in agreement. I told you I got SSG in seventh on vibes.
Yep.
Dinos in sixth. Doosan in seventh. I like Guac Bean, but he doesn't have a team around him, so he's not really going to do anything. And then the Giants, they don't want to spend money and they're not going to win if they don't spend money at the end of the day. The Heroes are, at this point, just a secret minor league team for every MLB club.
Yeah.
They're the one KBO import from this season, this last season, came from them. They finished in the bottom of the table. So there you go. They're a joke of a franchise with a very beautiful stadium, like the Pittsburgh Pirates 2 years ago. What have you got?
Lotte 7 and KT, Doosan, Kiwoom.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the size of it. Korean series prediction. I've got Twins and Lions. Twins take it again. This is the era of LG.
I've got Twins, Hawks, but Twins take it.
Ooh, okay. All right. We'll shift. No. Yeah, there you go. Good catch.
Like, wait a minute.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, Toyo is gonna cross the Sea of Japan.
Well, let's turn to the other Hawks in a different league, in what is the fastest growing professional baseball league in the world, in Taiwan. Great showing for Taiwan baseball in the WBC.
Yeah.
Rakuten doing it for the monks everywhere, for the primates everywhere, to take home the Taiwan series as the third place playoff team, no less, in 5 games over the dominant DBC brothers. Love to see it. The brothers, though, still have, I think, the most well-rounded staff when you break it all down. Or the most well-rounded squad, excuse me.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna win at least one of the 2 halves.
I agree.
I think if they don't win the first half, it'll be the second, and the other half will go to the Rakuten Monkeys. They've proved how strong that they are able to hit in the clutch. I got Weichuan in as the third place team. The Lions have just lost too much in terms of a hitting core. Got them in 4th. TSG, despite how rapidly they are growing, got them in 5th, just because I don't think they're quite proven enough to make playoff noise. And then the joke of a franchise, the Fubon Guardians, in 6th. What have you got?
I have got the Hawks taking the first half of the season.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, no complaints, to be terribly honest. This is such a tight table that could very easily go that way.
Brothers in second, of course. Monkeys, Lions, Guardians, and Dragons fighting out to see who's the worst.
Yeah, pains me to say it. I like Weichuan. I really do. But they've just gotta find a way to want it a little bit more. No bones about it. Predicting, however, a return of dominance by the CTBC brothers to the top of the Taiwan table and take the Taiwan series. But there it is. We got it done. This is your 2026 Asian baseball preview here on ISN. We'll see about next week.
Do you have a second half of the season?
Oh no, yeah. I mean, that's what I got. I got
that was
Monkeys winning one, brothers winning the other, Taiwan series, brothers.
Gotcha. Brothers win half 2, of course.
Yes.
They've got Brothers, Lions, Monkeys, Hawks, Guardians, Dragons for second half.
Get it together, Waitron. You got too many good players on that team I really like. Yeah. Let's love. This is a situation where I would love to be wrong, but we'll have to see. All right, brother. We got it done in under an hour. You're getting good. You're getting good at this sports broadcasting thing.
I'm digging. I love it.
I love working with you, man, and I love talking to you at home. So please be sure to share this stream around. Keep it tuned. This is the new format. We are going to probably upload this file onto Spotify, though. So in case you missed it, don't worry about it. Go ahead over there and give us a follow wherever fine podcasts are sold. I wish. Could have provided. All right. So for Matthew Gieske, I've been Marshall Lemur. Thank you for tuning in to our 2026 Asian Baseball Preview. Opening day is Friday. And expect some live baseball commentary this season. You had better believe it. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good year, 2026. I'm feeling it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Take care. And we are